the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
Fantasy Headliners Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy Headliners for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yo. Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that chub life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner.
Sunday fun day. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I don't know how many people we're going to have today. I don't know how many people are going to be in here. I don't know if anyone's going to have any questions. But I figured I'd go live for a little bit just to check in with everybody. Make sure if you were playing any week 18 matchups that I could help out real quick. We're not going to be live for super long, but we'll be here for a few. Chase Gunter, welcome to Holden Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation this morning. Just here chilling. Jeremy, appreciate you. My Niners shit the bed. I thought San Francisco might win that game. I really did. I thought home field advantage. I thought that they were going to be playing well. Yeah. I just thought maybe Brock Purdy was going to have it, and he didn't. But that Seattle team, their defense is crazy. Scales won your first championship. Thanks for all your help. Hey, congrats, man. Glad you won a championship this year, especially your first one. Let me just touch on a few notes here real quick. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Darnell Mooney are all active. Dontavian Wicks is inactive. Nick Chubb is inactive. Nico Collins is not playing this week. Jalen Waddle is not playing this week. Brock Purdy suffered a stinger last night, but expects to be ready for the playoffs. Hold on. Trying to find other updates through everything from last night. That seems to be about it. Breece Hall's not going to be playing. Not shocked, honestly. Terrence Ferguson's not playing. Tyler Higbee was added to the active roster, though. Geno Smith is not going to play. Omarion Hampton is not going to play. Dallas Goedert's not going to play. Will Campbell will be back for the Patriots. That's big for them. Kayshon Boutte will be back. Devon Achane, doubtful. Xavier Worthy, doubtful. Jake Ferguson is expected to play. Aaron Jones is not playing. Wan'Dale Robinson is not playing. Theo Johnson is not playing. J.J. McCarthy is going to start this week. Luther Burden is expected to play. Rome Odunze is questionable. Kyren Williams is expected to play. Devontae Adams is questionable. Alvin Kamara is not playing. No David Njoku. No Harold Fannin. Chase Brown is expected to play. Amon-Ra St. Brown is expected to play. Dalton Kincaid is questionable. I mean, that's about it for the most part in terms of updates. Adam Christopher, welcome to Hole and Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. Leak Speak, welcome to Hole and Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. In the championship this week, CMC was tough. Oh, I know, for everyone that had CMC all year long, for him to disappear in Week 18 is crazy. Debating to start Stafford or Lawrence for quarterback. I'm going to start Trevor Lawrence because I think there is a better chance that Trevor Lawrence plays the entire game than Matthew Stafford. Yep. Zhao Pow. Kyle, secured the chip in one league thanks to you and Headliner Nation. I appreciate you saying thank you, but you got that championship on your own. We might have been here for a little bit of help. But hey, you knocked it out on your own. Appreciate you. Going for another. Need one flex. Burden, Parker Washington, or Slayton. Also the defense for the Pats or Vikings. Uno momento, por favor. Let me go to the rankings real quick. And you want to know the Pats or the Vikings. We've got the Patriots at 3 and the Vikings at 5. Very close, but we have the Pats just a little bit higher. Burden, Parker Washington, or Slayton. I am probably going to lean towards Parker Washington because I think how I answered the question for Adam, I have to kind of answer the question the same for you. There is a chance that maybe Luther Burden doesn't play the entire game, where Parker Washington probably does. Now, does Luther Burden have the chance to do the most damage in the limited amount of time he's on the field? Probably, but there's no telling what could happen in that game. I would say if you really need to risk it for a ton of upside, then go Luther Burden. If you need to play it safe and points is the game here, then probably Parker Washington. Am I the only one who didn't know Oh, I don't know. CM, I won my first fantasy league after 7 long years. CM, congratulations. Leak Speak, won my fantasy last week and championship this week. Thank you, Headliners. I watch the videos every week. Leak Speak, thank you for being here and becoming a member today. Also debating Myers versus London because London has been so cold. Jax is must win, essentially. Jacoby Myers, to me, is probably safer. TC, I won 3rd and got my money back, plus bonus for highest point total. Let's go. Conversations 999. Welcome to Hole and Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. I'm probably going to plug this a couple of times over the course of the day, but I just want to remind everybody I'm super excited about this. We have a new live show that starts tomorrow. Really excited for it. If you haven't seen the post or anything like that, make sure that you set your alarms 11 to 1 p.m. We're talking lunchtime. Every Monday and Wednesday. Headliners Unfiltered. Headliners Unfiltered. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Okay? It's going to be a good time. Looking forward to it. Conversations. Hey, Henderson, Blue, Kyron Williams, or RJ Harvey? I'm going to go with Henderson and RJ Harvey. Chase Gunter, need some running back help with a chain out. I need two. Genty, Jordan Mason, Estime, C-Rod, and Stevenson. I'm probably going to say Genty. And then if you want to play it safe, Jordan Mason. If you want the most upside, go with Ramondre Stevenson. Stinging, looking forward to the off-season college prospect videos. Oh, yeah, we'll be diving in to those college prospects. 100%. 100%. Stevenson or Henderson? Henderson has the most upside. Stevenson is probably going to be the safest bet. What sports do you want to cover on Unfiltered? Everything. Tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about NFL playoffs first. Kind of get up to speed on the NFL playoffs. Talk a little bit about that. Maybe some predictions, things of that nature. And then after that, we're going to go into some college football. We don't talk a whole lot of college football on this channel. We're going to talk some college football. We're going to talk about how the NIL and transfer portal is affecting college football today. We'll talk baseball when the World Baseball Classic and spring training get a little bit closer. We'll chat some baseball. We'll chat trending topics. As well in the world of sports. We can talk some hockey. I'm a Red Wings fan. We can talk some hockey. Defense, Jacksonville or Eagles? Let me check. Jacksonville or Eagles? We're going to go with Jacksonville. Leak, my roster this week is May, Bijan, Chase Brown, George Pickens, Parker Washington, Kyle Pitts, and Jalen Warren. No way I lose this week. Bro, crossing my fingers for you. Got any DFS bets for today? Not off the top of my head, but maybe we can chat about it here in a few minutes towards the end of the show. Savage, started Mike Evans, but my opponent started Purdy. You like Kyron, Chase Brown, or Diggs? Need a running back and a flex. I'm probably going to go Kyron and Chase Brown. If you want a little bit more upside, Chase Brown and Diggs, just in case Kyron doesn't play the entire game. Actually, I would probably say Diggs might be a little bit safer. Chase Brown and... I'm going to go Chase Brown and Diggs, probably. Won back-to-back years, first year in a Week 18 format. Unreal how much research you got to do. Yeah, Adam, Week 18 is not fun. Hillsy, would you play right at running back with Achane out? I'm okay with that. I don't know if I would be super optimistic about it. We've seen some explosive playmaking ability from him before, so even if he doesn't get the majority of the touches, hopefully he breaks off some big plays. Purdy and Bucky ruined your fantasy chances. Not a great start to the week yesterday with games, with the weather in one and just the performance in the other. Jill. Good morning, Jill. Do you think the Sun God will play? Yes, I do think he'll play. Or should I start Debo with Terry already starting, or Alec? Everything I have read says Amon-Ra St. Brown is supposed to play. And we kind of saw the same thing earlier in the season. I know they actually had some stuff they were going for earlier in the year, and they don't now. But I think Amon-Ra St. Brown would love to finish the year with a win on the road in Chicago against a team heading into the playoffs. Savage, I'm going to go with Brenton Strange over Dalton Schultz. Scales, any guests or just you? Just me. There might be some guests at some point in time, but just me for right now. Going up to Tahoe next weekend and might learn curling. I have wanted to learn curling. I'm not going to lie. Adam, love that y'all are talking baseball and other sports. That'll be electric. I'm super excited about it. Super excited about it. I hope people show up and watch. I really do. Spread the word. Show enough, becoming a member for the 4th month for all the marbles. Shuck or Dart? Oh, man. Shuck's pretty high in our rankings this week. But not high enough. Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart. And then Swift or Morning Guy? I'm probably leaning Swift. Going to probably lean Swift there. And then Estimate or Bigsby? I'm going to go with Bigsby. Conversation after Collins out. Washington, LB3, Wilson, or Cortland Sutton. Which two should I start? I'm going to go with Cortland Sutton and Wilson. I'm assuming that's Michael Wilson. I'm going to go Michael Wilson, if that's Michael Wilson. Hilsey, you're welcome. League Speak Kyle, do you like Bears or Lions? As a Lions fan, I would like to say the Lions end the season with a win, but I don't know. I think Ben Johnson and the Bears kind of want to put it to them, considering they put it to Chicago earlier in the year. Is curling the one with the sweeper? Yes. On the ice. Maybe we'll talk Olympic. We'll talk Olympics. For sure we'll talk Olympics. The Winter Olympics are coming up. We'll talk Olympics. Adam had Warren all year at tight end. Stuck between Loveland and Strange for this week. Williams having some incentives makes me think Loveland might have a good day. I think that's a good thought process. Obviously, Williams has a chance to break 4,000 passing yards for the first time ever for a Chicago Bears quarterback. So, Loveland having a solid day I don't think is awful. I think Brenton Strange is probably still the safest bet. So the Rams aren't losing to the Cards, so we are probably going to be the 6th. Can the Niners beat Chicago or Philly? Yes. I think the Niners could go to Chicago and beat Chicago. I think the Niners could go to Philadelphia and beat Philadelphia with the way Philadelphia has played at times this season. I would say the best bet is playing Chicago, though. In the hole from starting Evans, which two to get me back in it? Pickens, Burden, or London? I'm going to probably stick with Pickens and London there. Again, I don't have anything against Burden. I think Burden could have a big day. I would say Burden is probably safer than... He's probably safer than Pickens with more upside than London. Safer than Pickens with more upside than London. I just don't know if he's going to play the entire game. That's the problem. Savage, Week 18 championship is the stupid thing ever. Should be illegal. Yeah, I never recommend that anybody play a Week 18 championship ever. Savage, you're welcome. Hilsey, Lamar or Dart? I'm gonna go with Lamar. I'm still gonna go with Lamar. Oh man, we have Dart higher. I would say Jackson Dart has more upside. Jackson Dart has more upside. That's what I'll say. World Cup. We can chat a little bit about the World Cup. Absolutely. We will for sure. Conversations. This is my first fantasy football year. Your channel helped me pretty much. Thanks for all the stuff you guys do. Conversations. Appreciate you. Congratulations on having a successful first year. Hope to see you back in 2026. Actually, let me rephrase that. I hope to see you not leave at all, because we would love to see everybody stick around for the off-season content. Jeremy, becoming a member for the 46th month. Thanks for all the support and love in the community. Y'all made fantasy football that much more enjoyable. Stay for the off-season content and join the Discord. Love y'all. Jeremy, appreciate you. Adam, we've been clutch this year. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Jill, I'm going to go with Strange over Likely. Dart versus Dallas is supposed to be unreal. Hard to not play Lamar. I agree with that. It is very hard to not play Lamar. I would say with the upside we've seen Lamar Jackson have over the second half of the season. Oh, you were 3-9? Okay, so there wasn't a ton of success this year, but hey, first year playing, that's okay. Let's flip it and go 9-3 next year. Yeah, with the way Lamar Jackson's played over the last few weeks, I still think, yeah, Dart has more upside than Lamar Jackson. I'm just going to verify weather real quick. Cleveland and Cincinnati, fine. It's going to be cold. No winds, no precipitation. Dallas at New York, going to be cold. Winds are light, no precipitation. Miami at New England, cold, no precipitation. Detroit, Chicago, cold, no precipitation, light wind. New York at Buffalo, some light winds, a few snow flurries every once in a while, but nothing crazy. And then Baltimore at Pittsburgh, temps in the 20s, otherwise fine. So not really a whole lot that we need to worry about. 91 watching, but only 21 likes. Yeah, everybody, listen. Okay? We need some more likes. I agree with that. Your draft was bad. Hey, make sure you study up all off season. We'll have tons of draft content for you. And if you stick around all off season and learn just about the players that we're talking about and things like that, you'll be solid, man. You'll be solid next year. The main thing is to keep up with waivers. Absolutely. Jacobs is out. Jacobs is out. Jill's right. Jill and Jeremy both are correct. Discord is awesome. League, I went 4-10 my first year, won the championship the next year, and I'm fighting for the championship again this year. Yes, that's what I love to see. Fairbairn or Mevis? Uno momento. Fairbairn. Kyle, can we do mock drafts with the community? We can focus on some more mock drafts this year. I know we did a few from time to time last year. We can focus on getting a few more. Almost cost me the ship last week. Yeah, there were a few studs down the stretch here where they just didn't get it done. They just did not get it done. I can give you guys maybe a few underdog picks real quick if you'd like. Conversations upgraded their membership to full chub. Conversations, thanks for upgrading your membership today. So I would say against Pittsburgh tonight, I would say Derrick Henry higher than 16.5 rushing attempts is solid. You can take that way all the way down. You can take that all the way down to 16.5 rushing attempts and still get a 0.7 multiplier. So we could go a Derrick Henry 0.7 multiplier. Let's look at ETN. I'm trying to... Travis Etienne, you could go over the rushing yards, 54.5 rushing yards. You could go higher, you could get a .73 multiplier. And you could go higher than 54.5 rushing yards. You could look at that. Chase Brown against Cleveland. You could go a couple of different routes here against Cleveland. You could go higher than 2.5 receptions at a .74 multiplier. You could also go higher than 69.5 rush plus receiving yards at a .68 multiplier. You could go with both of those. Let's focus on wide receivers now for a minute. Jameson Williams. Oh, man, it's hard for me to go with Jameson Williams because that Detroit, I don't think any of their offensive line starters are playing. That's probably, like, those three are probably the ones I'm sticking with if I'm being honest. So just off of what I see right now, I'm going with Chase Brown, higher than 69.5 rush plus receiving yards. Travis Etienne, higher than 54.5 rush yards. And Derrick Henry, higher than 16.5 rushing attempts. That's what I would go with. Just a few underdog picks there for you. Just a little something. A little something to get you through the day. Chase, Tank is still on waivers. Do you like him more than Mason and Stevenson? I would say no. No, I would stick with Mason and Stevenson before I went to Tank. Hilsey, sorry, did I hear you say you're unsure about Chicago playing the entire game? Yes, I am unsure about that. Because essentially... Yeah, let me see real quick. Hold on. Sorry, I had to send a text message there real fast. I have to find the exact playoff scenario again. Yeah, so the Bears can be the 2 or the 3 seed. They clinch the 2 seed with a win and the Eagles' loss. They clinch the 3 seed with a loss and an Eagles win. And they both play at the same time. So I think what could potentially happen is they both play in the 4 o'clock slot, correct? I just have to double check. So Detroit, Chicago, 4:25. Washington and Philadelphia at 4:25. So I would say potentially what happens is that maybe Chicago and Philadelphia are scoreboard watching. And if Philadelphia is beating Washington, then maybe Chicago starts to pull starters at that point. Or if for some reason Chicago's beating the crap out of Detroit, then Chicago starts to pull starters at that point as well. Need James Cook to clutch up today versus the Jets. Playing him no matter what. Do we think he's playing the whole game? I doubt it. I doubt he plays the entire game. I mean, if they win, then they would get... If they win... Because what are they right now? They're the 1, 2, 3, 4. If they're the 7 seed, they have to go potentially to New England. If they're the 6 seed, then they would potentially go to the Jags instead, unless the Jags lose and the Texans win. And if that happens, then they would have to go face the Texans, which I'm sure they don't want to do that. Yeah, these playoff scenarios are tough sometimes. I would say, especially against New York, you could see starters ended up being rested at some point. But my hope is that James Cook has enough points in the first half that it ends up being just fine. Kyle Pitts or Hunter Henry? I'm gonna go with Kyle Pitts still, with how good he's played down the stretch here. The guy I'm facing has Little and Parker Washington. I have Lawrence and Myers. I figured playing Lawrence was still the best bet for a full game. Yeah, I would still play Lawrence. Rory, what's going on? 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. Bigsby, Pittman, Chris Rodriguez, Tesla, Judy, Herbert, St. Brown, Jefferson. I'm going St. Brown. I'm going Jefferson. And then I am going Bigsby at the flex. Yeah, the Bolts, they basically said, yeah, no, we're good. We're out. We're out today. Conversations, Loveland or Schultz? I don't know if I can trust Stroud. Loveland if you want more upside. STG. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. Glad to have you here. Adam Christopher. Only guys available for the running back off the waiver would be Chris Rodriguez, Bigsby, or Jaden Blue for the Cowboys. Blue set to take the backfield today. I mean, we haven't seen much, if anything, really, from Jaden Blue all season long. I would still rank probably Bigsby, Rodriguez, and then Blue in that order. Adam, the lineup is dialed in. Let's go. Let's go. Good luck today. Thank you, Kyle. Jake helped me get Bigsby on the waiver video. That's how I have it right now. Scared versus Puka and Stafford. Was really hoping for a Niners victory. Yeah, that would have helped out for sure. I still don't think the Rams play... I don't know if the Rams play the entire game against Arizona. I mean, if they get off to a fast enough start, they could kind of back off a little bit. Yeah, but if they're the 5 seed and they get to go play the 4 seed on the road, they're going to love that. Is it too early to call Sam Darnold a menace to society? Maybe not a menace. Chase, May or Lawrence? Oh, man. I'm leaning towards May. Let me double check that one real quick. It is Drake May. Chase, you're welcome. Yeah, and we'll talk playoffs tomorrow. We'll talk playoffs tomorrow again, just in case you haven't been here or you're just popping in, whatever it may be. Just to remind everybody, Headliners Unfiltered tomorrow, 11 to 1 Eastern, right here on the Fantasy Headliners, talking all things sports. Tomorrow we got a solid lineup of sports information that we're going to chat about. Make sure you show up. I'm excited for it. We'll be talking NFL playoffs and more tomorrow as well. Drake, May, Drake. Drake, May, Drake. I don't even know where that came from. Do we feel week 18 in fantasy should not even exist? So here's the thing. And this is an argument that I have gotten into with people from other fantasy channels, businesses, whatever before. Should fantasy playoffs happen in week 18? No. Should you use week 18 statistics in fantasy? Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Because here's the thing. So, a lot of times people in their off-season research, they try to say, oh, well, we're not going to use week 18 because they played against a team resting all their starters. And we're not going to use fantasy points in week 18 because no one really plays a week 18 championship. I've had that. But here's the thing. When you start talking statistics of a player and you say, oh, so-and-so ran for so many yards or so-and-so had so many touchdowns or they averaged, are you taking week 18 stats out? No, you're not. You're not taking week 18 stats out when you're talking. So if you're not going to include fantasy points from week 18 and you're going to talk statistics over the season and you're going to include week 18 statistics, then at that point, you're telling on yourself. You're telling on yourself at that point. That drives me nuts. That drives me nuts when people argue that. There was a few very heated exchanges I got into over on X years ago about this because I don't remember what it was, but somebody was posting on Twitter about fantasy points scored, and I made a comment about, well, that doesn't right because they had this many, and they were like, well, we don't include week 18. And I said, yeah, but you posted his statistics and you included his stats from week 18, but you're taking away his fantasy points from week 18? And they were like, well, yeah, the other team rested all their starters. So? You're telling me that you're going to include week 18 statistics in your analysis, but then you're going to take fantasy points out of week 18 just because you don't think they should count? That doesn't make any sense. F out of here with that bull crap. Teams are going to try out people, and if they make plays, it could lead to a larger role next season. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, week 18 is weird, right? It is weird. So I understand why people don't want to play a fantasy playoff in week 18, and I don't think that they should. But I'm telling you, if you're going to use week 18 stats, then you have to use week 18 fantasy points. Something's going on out there. Any other questions? I'll check updates again real quick. If not, we're probably going to cut it here pretty soon. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys bringing in your questions. No updates right now that I see. STG, no. Unfiltered is for everybody. Poppy Ray, becoming a member for the 3rd month. Kyle Pitts or Hunter Henry, PPR and championship. I cannot decide. I'm in a tight matchup. I'm leaning towards Henry. I mean, we've got... Oh, yeah. Hold on. We do have Hunter Henry higher. I'm going Hunter Henry. I forgot about that incentive. He needs 4 catches for $250,000. Yeah, STG Headliners Unfiltered, which will air tomorrow for the first time at 11 o'clock. Headliners Unfiltered from 11 to 1. Raw Sports, Raw Energy, Raw Cavs. 11 to 1 right here on YouTube. Make sure y'all are tuning in, ready to go. Talking NFL playoffs, talking college football playoffs, talking the transfer portal, and then a segment at the end that I like to call Pulse of the Nation, where we'll get some information from you guys in the chat. We'll make it interactive as always. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Have a great day. Hopefully, if you're still playing fantasy, hopefully all of your fantasy teams do well. Okay? Hopefully y'all do well with your fantasy teams today. Hopefully, if you have any pick'ems out there, bets, whatever it may be, good luck with those too. If you have a team playing today for a potential spot in the playoffs, good luck to them as well. My team, they're not playing for the playoffs this year, which is a Lions fan. I'm used to saying that, but it also is much different. Been much different the last couple of years. All right, chat. Have a great day. Appreciate it all. Make sure you show up tomorrow. Peace out, Headliner Nation. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll catch you all tomorrow at 11 o'clock for the first show of the off season of Headliners Unfiltered. See you guys later.
On the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid.